It's not a victory Monday, but it was a good game anyway. Let's recap the Cardinals versus the Texans.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast with Kelly Singh.
Murray heaves it downfield. It's caught. It is caught. DeAndre Hopkins. Miraculous. It's Murray magic.
The sickest Arizona Cardinals podcast. It's gonna be sick.
This game for week 11 certainly did not disappoint. I would argue that this might have been the most anticipated game of the main slate, if not the entirety of week 11. Cardinals versus Texans, a healthy Kyler Murray versus a rookie CJ Stroud, who is taking the league by storm. Cardinals are 2-9. Texans are 6-4. This game just did not disappoint with a 16-21 finish in favor of the Texans, but it went right down to the wire, right down to the Cardinals' last possession, which they were unfortunately unable to convert on, but still, super fun game to watch. Let's break it down a little bit. The Cardinals came to play right out of the gate. Murray throwing a deep pass to Rondale Moore for a 48-yard touchdown. It was just minutes into the first quarter, and I remember texting a friend, Rondale Moore. I mean, it had already happened, and the game just started. I have a really cute t-shirt. It says Mighty Moore. I need to find it and wear it because that's indeed what happened. Oddly enough, that was Moore's one and only target of the whole game. Luckily, it converted into a touchdown. But Stroud and the Texans answered right back with a touchdown of their own to Dalton Schultz for 20 yards. Then on the next drive, Matt Prater nails a 57-yard field goal, making it 10-7 going into the second quarter. I'm telling you, it was exciting if you didn't get to watch it. On the edge of your seat, back and forth, things were happening. Good game. So in the second quarter, though, the Cardinals were quiet. Super quiet. Nothing to speak of, except giving up 2 touchdowns to the Texans and scoring no additional points of their own. Devin Singletary, who has been lighting it up the last couple of games, he rushed for 11 yards and a touchdown on the next drive. Stroud passes to Tank Dell for a 40-yard touchdown, making it 21-10 at the half for the Texans. In the third quarter, Kyler Murray, that drive all the way down to the field, and then Murray manages to rush in 1 yard for the touchdown himself. And then we had a 2-point conversion that failed. This seems to be a topic of discussion as to why the Cardinals didn't kick more field goals, but here we are, 2-point conversion fails, making it 16-21, still in favor of the Texans. In the fourth quarter, neither team manages any points, but it was still such an exciting game. I know I keep saying exciting, and I did that last podcast too, leading up to this game, but I can't help it. It really was an exciting game. It was fun to watch. Stroud is an exceptional quarterback. He's a rookie, and that's not keeping him from doing his job as it doesn't need to. But we've seen so many rookie quarterbacks just bend under pressure and break. CJ Stroud is not one of those. He was 27 of 37, 2 passing touchdowns, a successful handoff to Singletary for a rushing TD, and 3 interceptions. He didn't let these interceptions get into his head, though, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. Murray was 20 of 30 with 214 passing yards, a passing touchdown, a solo rushing touchdown, and just one interception. James Conner led the Cardinals in rushing with 14 attempts for 62 yards. Singletary led the Texans rushing 112 yards in 22 attempts. As far as passing targets, I'm pretty sad that Michael Wilson wasn't able to play. Obviously, I want him to heal, to feel his best. We don't want to rush him back. He has a long career ahead of him, but he's been nursing a shoulder injury. This could have been a huge game for Michael Wilson, but in his place, we had fan favorite Greg Dortch, the Torch, who definitely got the chance to light it up, leading the Cardinals in targets with 8, catching 6 of them for 76 yards. It is the most that he has played all season so far, and he showed us why he is the guy who can get it done. You plug him in, he's going to play. You plug him in, he's not only going to play, he's going to convert and contribute. I love how versatile Greg Dortch is. I love how he's willing to go in there and get the job done. He is there for the team when they need him, and he brings truly just a really positive spirit to the field. I know that sounds so cheesy, but I really feel like it's true. He just brings a really great vibe with him, and it spreads like a ripple effect. McBride was next with 7 targets, bringing in 5 of those for 43 yards, followed by Marquise Brown, 5 targets. However, he only managed to haul in 2 of them for 18 yards. They were all over him, to be fair. That was the receiver the Texans were going to cover the most, and it showed. The longest pass we already mentioned went to Rondale Moore. It was his one and only target, that 48-yard touchdown. It would have been great to see some more, however. It just didn't happen that way. On the Texans side, targets were spread out between Tank Dell, Nico Collins, Robert Woods. Dell led the pack in yardage with a whopping 149 yards and 8 receptions, twice that of Nico Collins' 65 yards and 7 receptions. While the Cardinals did rush more than the Texans, covering 123 yards to the Texans' 111 rushing yards. This was a game of passing. Stroud passed for well over 100 yards more than Kyler. The Texans had 308 net passing yards to the Cardinals' 196. I didn't expect the Cardinals to be rushing as much as they did, considering the Texans do have one of the best ranked rushing defense out there. But we certainly did make them work for it. It was exciting to see James Conner breaking through so many times. In the fourth quarter, I really thought at one point, not just at one point, through the whole fourth quarter, I actually thought the Cardinals were going to pull this off. I said to my friend, we're sitting there watching the game together. I'm like, the Cardinals are going to win this game. It really felt like it, especially during that last drive, but it just didn't materialize. All in all, though, it was a really exciting game, don't you think? I would love if you would reach out to me on the app formerly known as Twitter and let me know what your favorite part of the Texans-Cardinals game was. I think mine just happened to be right at the beginning. That 48-yard pass to Rondale Moore had me jumping out of my seat screaming. What was your favorite part? I will say that this game really showcased the Cardinals' offense, defense, and Kyler Murray in a really great light. The defense was especially on their game yesterday, forcing 3 rare interceptions by CJ Stroud. However, you have to give it to Stroud. He's a rookie, and we know how some of those rookie quarterbacks can't handle the pressure. I mean, look at poor Zach Wilson out there. But CJ Stroud is not that. He stepped in, he let those interceptions just roll right off his back. He continued to play aggressively and push forward, which ultimately is what led to their win. You could say the same for Kyler Murray. He was still out there pushing, trying to get that last drive going, but it was just too little too late, I think. But next week, the Cardinals are at home facing the Rams. This is a game that can definitely be won, and I think will be won. Unfortunately, I won't be in Phoenix for this game. I had plans made far in advance for a friend's birthday in Vegas. I did sell my seats on SeatGeek, so whoever purchased those, you're going to have an amazing time. It's a great section, fun people, right down there close to the field. You're on the aisle. Right up the stairs is the bathroom. I'm telling you, best seats ever. Shout out to the Cardinals and to SeatGeek for giving me those season tickets this year in a contest, which I actually won on the app formerly known as Twitter. Enough rambling about my tickets. I'm super jealous that somebody else is going to be sitting in my great seats watching the Cardinals win live while I'll be watching it from afar this week. But c'est la vie, right? With Thanksgiving on Thursday, I'm trying to plan out when I'm going to record next. I plan on bringing my friend Wendy back so we can have some friendly banter. I hope you guys enjoyed last episode where it was a good conversation on fantasy football, making trades, the state of NFL in general, and along with obviously some Cardinals chat. So stay tuned for that. Better yet, subscribe, follow along, and you'll never miss an episode. Find me on the app formerly known as Twitter at Kelly in Phoenix. Let me know what you think of the season so far. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to hear about, and I'll be sure to talk about it for you. Until then, be good, stay safe. I'll see you later this week. Bye.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast with Kelly Singh on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.